Second presentation is going to be If You Build It, They Will Role Play. I'm Ron Burgundy by Chris Parsons.
How you doing? I can't be constrained by the lectern. I've been standing too long in the booth in the exhibition hall. So I work for Muzzy Lane Software. We are involved in game-based learning for business, healthcare, education, and we also have a line of commercial strategy games, turn-based strategy games called Making History. And the Making History series puts you in the role of the leader of a nation, embroiled in taking care of your people in the World War II era for the previous game and the World War I era for the game that we currently have on Steam Early Access, Making History: The Great War. The story I'm telling you tonight, though, is using the game that has been out for several years, Making History: The War of the World. A lot of people have modded it, and so now we have a huge community on our site. And we've really been beefing up our multiplayer system. We use an asymmetrical turn-based system so that you don't have to be there at the same time. This is not just for Making History, but for a lot of our educational games too. So if there's a classroom and a teacher wants to assign one of our games for homework, a lot of higher ed games that we do for McGraw-Hill, Cengage Learning, all the major publishers. They can do so. Anybody can go in, take their turn whenever they feel like it, and then leave. And the game is saved in the cloud, and teachers can extract all the information. And so the same thing works for the commercial games. So some time ago, my boss, Dave McCool, who was supposed to be here tonight, but unfortunately was unable to make it, and I got involved in one of our community members started a huge multiplayer game of Making History: The War of the World. And because of the asymmetrical gameplay, you don't need to be constrained by only having 8 people or 10 people and then you're going to lose performance, because people come and go as they please. So we save everything in the cloud. Nobody has to have it on their machine. And we were playing a 40-person multiplayer game. Everyone's playing different nations. I was playing Venezuela in 1939. So in the course of this game, we're doing 1 turn a day. And spontaneously, someone in our forum started what would be normally an after-action report thread, but they started a diplomacy thread. And without anybody telling anybody else what to do, everybody who was in this game started posting in this diplomacy thread as if they were the leader of the nation they were playing in the game. So the person playing Germany was posting as if they were Hitler. I was posting as the president of Venezuela, fiery South American dictator type. And as the game progressed, it became incredibly funny what was going on in this sort of a diplomacy version of smack talking. Flowery language, everyone posting as if they really were this leaders, pretending that they were sending a real diplomatic communique to someone. And when we got to a certain point, we realized, no one planned this. This is just a purely spontaneous community thing that happened because of the structure of the multiplayer service that we were providing. If we were doing a regular multiplayer game where we're all sitting around at the same time playing head-to-head, or everyone's sitting at their computer playing a bunch of turns one after the other, or if it had been a game that had been doing real-time, nothing like this could have occurred. But because we had the 1 turn a day and everyone was seeing the progression together, this hilarious role-playing situation emerged. And we became very cognizant that the game that we have coming out, The Great War, this could serve it as well. So we took advantage of this to develop some best practices for how we could possibly structure the next generation of this specific to games. So if we're going to have this, why not have a multiplayer service that lets you form your own character in the forum specifically for a specific game? Why don't we have something that allows players who have been wiped out, as I recently was, to continue viewing what's going on in the game, much the way you do in a lot of tactical games like Counter-Strike or something like that, where when you're dead, you can still see everybody else playing. Because it was really fun. I really want to know what's going on. I really want to see what's happening both in the game and checking in on it once in a while, and in the forum, still being part of that diplomatic thread. And even when people get wiped out, the person who was Denmark got wiped out and he started posting, well, it was really nice being king, but now I'm here on the beach sipping a nice cold drink, and I'd like to keep talking to you, but I have a polo match. So he's not even in the game anymore. So the spontaneous role-playing came about simply because of the structure of the role-playing service that we created. And I just wanted to pass on that it's important to be in the community and in the moment so that when these things occur, as developers, we can take them and run with them. And how can we make this experience even more fun for our players and carry it forward to the next game and make it even better? So I wanted to share that story with you because community is always surprising to me. I've been doing online community work as part of my job for over 10 years. And it continually surprises me when players create something using the games that we've created to do something that was completely unexpected. So I wanted to pass that along to you. And I hope you consider that when you're online as part of another community in whatever games that you're playing. Thank you.